If you are an absolute beginner, have just picked up your first sax, these are the 6 items you should be getting even before you touch the saxophone for the first time, because they will save you a lot of frustration. And if you are on a serious budget, I will show you some free or very cheap alternatives. So let's get started. When you're watching a video or when you're watching someone play the saxophone, you are listening to the sound that's coming out of the saxophone and is coming towards you. But when you're playing, the sound is going out, right? It's not coming back to you. The sound that you're hearing is pretty much here and it sounds really muffled. It took me about 3 months to figure out that I wasn't hearing the sound that was coming from the saxophone. I was hearing just the muffled sound that was going away. So the first thing that I highly recommend you get is a sound deflector. Plug it in on the front of your saxophone. I know it is transparent, but okay. Now you see what's happening, eh? Now when you play, the sound is gonna bounce back to you so you can listen to what you're playing. I am literally listening to every single nuances of sound that are coming out of the tube and are coming back at me. Now, if you have no money, you can create your own reflector like this with a piece of cardboard. And you do a cut like this, and what you need is a peg as well. A little bit stronger than the ones you would use in a washing. There you go. So I put it there and nicely plugged in, just like that, you see. And now I have exactly the same thing for free. The sound is literally reflecting back at me and it's just completely free. Put it on and you will hear all the sound coming back at you. No matter how bad the sound might be, it will help you because you are listening to every single whistle or every single bubbling sound that will come out of the saxophone, and you'll start learning about those sounds later on. Number 2, do you feel or do you think this is comfortable? I honestly didn't know there were other options until I started figuring things out, but by then it was like month 2 or whatever. Ask yourself, do you have neck pain? Do you experience a lot of issues around the top of your back? Or if you have spine issues, this is probably not a good idea. So you might look into options and see what suits you. See if you can get something that will sit on your shoulders as opposed to on your neck. This is one option which I also got on AliExpress, okay, or Temu, either Temu or AliExpress. So this is very hard, okay, metal, and it's covered by a leathery sort of material, probably fake leather, and it sits like this. Okay, so turn around, there you go. All the weight is distributed. See, you can change the height as well, either for alto or tenor. There you go. Now, see what it's doing? All the pressure, it's around my shoulders, not on my neck. And if you bring it down a little bit, it just feels super comfortable, like really, really comfortable. I can play it for hours if I wanted to, and it's still not hurting anywhere. If you have neck issues as well, plus the neck strap can leave a really red mark on your neck after half an hour, so that's another thing. You don't want to walk around with that big mark on your neck. This is another option, and most of this is metal. This part here is definitely metal, and you can adjust to your shoulders, and it comes with little buttons here that you can open it. You put it on like this, okay, and the pressure is literally here. So I'll just turn around and you can see what I mean, like this, okay. See what it's doing? If you want this part to go down a little bit, see, you can put it around your waist literally, and then all the pressure will be around your waist. 90% of the pressure is here, which to me it's not an issue. It's just right, feels just right, so I can play for as long as I like, and it feels nice and steady. I can get up and have it here. To me, that's a no-brainer. This one is the winner, for me at least. Now, item number 3, which you should get even before you get your hands on your saxophone. Get the fingering charts. When you start learning to play the saxophone, instead of learning songs, you should really be knowing the keys. You should know where B flat is. You should know where low B is, or middle C, or C sharp. You must. Those are the first few things you should really know. Where are the keys and what each key will sound like? What are the notes that these keys are producing? This is going to be your Bible for a very long time. A couple of months at least. Like, I found this on, I think it was on Temu or something like that, and you can download the PDFs. Like, you can take a screenshot. Just Google fingering charts for saxophone. Now, this is a bit of an interesting one. In my progression video, I mentioned that I didn't like the books that I got because they seemed overwhelming, and they still do. These are both for beginners. You can buy, or you can get them on your public library, or you can download much older versions from the 1950s and 60s online for free. Now, the difference between those two beginner books. Okay, I'm gonna bring them closer. Okay, those are two beginner books, but they are completely different. This one is a lot simpler, and it sort of, I'll show you a couple of pages and you see what I mean. So it teaches you the goal, it gives you examples, and then it gives you a lesson on the CD so you can hear what it sounds like and you can practice with it. They normally come with a CD. Now, if you look at this one, I'll just open a page here. Now, if you're playing by yourself, you're learning, it gives you, the yellow parts give you a couple of information that you should know, and then it just goes to exercises with teachers. So if you're going to be playing in the Navy band, or at the local school or church or whatever band, this might be useful because you will have a teacher with you, you will have other people with you, and you're all learning together. If you are learning by yourself, then you absolutely should get something like this, a tune a day, that is focused on you by yourself, learning step by step, very slowly, each note, and then give you examples, and then you can listen to the CD and all that. The same books are free online on places like the Internet Archive, and the versions go back to the 1950s and 60s, and they are free on the internet. Have a look on Google and type in Universal Saxophone Method for Beginners, and you go to the Internet Archive, and you can literally keep that PDF or that book online, and you can flip the pages like as if it was a normal book. But the only downside to getting a PDF is that you don't have the CD, so you don't actually know what it sounds like. So it may be a little bit tricky, because again, they are books from the 1950s and 60s, but let's be honest, nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed recently are some of the keys on newer saxophones, which would include the F sharp, but that won't be a problem because many of those free ebooks will have already talked about the F sharp keys. Number 5, a metronome. This I got on, I got this on Temu for $10. Okay, it comes with a dust cover. You can wind up, just like those walking toys, you have to wind up and it actually tells you what the speed names are, like moderato, andante, largo, prestissimo, and you can change how fast it goes, you see. I have to be honest, I haven't used them much, but I know they're super important, particularly when you're learning from books, because normally they tell you how fast the song should be going. Now, this will come handy if you are learning to read music, like I am learning as well. If you are learning by ear, then this may not be relevant at all. Let's just say you learn by ear, and at some stage you have to play with friends or a band, or you decide to form a band. You guys will need to play in the same speed. So having one of those to do the practice as you are practicing to play the saxophone with a band, this may come handy. Finally, the very last thing that I highly recommend you get is, and this is gonna sound weird, okay? Get a bottle of vodka. Yeah. Why? Because when you get your reeds, if you keep them immersed in vodka, they will keep moist. They will help produce a much fuller and beautiful sound than if you just take it out of the box, put it in your mouth for 15 seconds and then just play it. But it has to be vodka, because if it is some other alcoholic beverage, it might have sugar, and sugar will cause your keys to get sticky. This has been a recommendation by professional saxophonists and people I see on YouTube, and I have tried vodka in the last few weeks, and I have noticed like the difference is day and night. Like my low notes come out super easy. Like as before, I was really struggling. You might have watched some of my videos playing Misty. That's because a lot of it was caused by a dry reed, or a reed that wasn't moist enough, I suppose. If you have any questions or if you have any corrections for me, please let me know. Again, I'm just a beginner, 5 months into learning to play the sax and also read music. But thus are the 6 things that I wish I knew or had right in the first day. It could have made a whole difference, and it would have saved me a lot of stress in the first few months that I was learning to play the sax. Okay, so thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any of those things, or if you need any help, or if you have any questions for me. And I'll see you next time. If you want to watch some of my latest adventures with learning to play new songs, make sure you check the videos that are on the screen now. Okay, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.